So based on our discussion, previous discussions, and based on the manager Lokman,
Yeah, okay, can.
he couldn't come for some circumstances, and
We continue the.
yeah. So we have already discussed the problem for the guy who amputated his hand.
Amputated his hand, yeah. Yeah.
So what happened with that guy?
Yeah, basically, what happened was he was not wearing a proper PPE, as I mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah.
So, due to lack of what do you call that, was not aware, and also no proper PPE. So it's actually, sadly, he has lose his.
So like
he's disabled, right?
Yeah, disabled right now. But we already given what do you call that, compensation to the entire family.
So
the entire victim's family.
what I can understand, like his reckless cost him his hand, like because he was a bit reckless in the work, like
Yeah,
he didn't
very
really.
reckless, yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm so very sad to hear that.
Yeah.
What about you? You didn't give them any course to.
Actually, what I'm a bit like shocked, because we already trained them, like we already informed them everything they need to know about how dangerous it is at the site. What should they wear? Why should they wear? It's all because the prevention, to prevent this accident to happen. So I think after this, we really need to be much. Our department really need to pressure the trainees now to be more careful in the future.
So now
This thing will be like for future reference.
Yeah, I certainly agree on that. We can actually combine you as your
Department.
Yeah, your department combined with my department, which is the safety officer. We can actually give them awareness on basically how to prevent the accident from happening.
Yeah, sure. But because manager Lukman just informed me, because regarding this problem, we're gonna have a problem with the client because we are having some what they call it, safety problem.
Safety problems. Yeah.
So I can give you the green light to take some actions to cut some salaries from the worker that they don't follow the procedure, the precise procedure to wear the helmets, to wear the safety belts, and so on. So just to keep our work on track, because we do want to be behind time in construction project.
I agree with that. I agree with that proposal.
So we need to have punishment. Yes. We need to have punishment. At the same time, we need to have some reward to them in the.
And then because now the workers is disabled, so he can't work at site anymore. So I think we need to transfer him to other department.
Yeah, but I have one idea. Actually, I've already proposed this to our manager Lokman, where we can actually employ more workers on the construction site. Because for now, the amount of people working there is not sufficient, I would say. And this is actually, like, imagine like one worker is doing the work of 2 to 3 people supposed to do it, and it's actually giving them burden. So in order for us to actually make their life easier, we can actually employ more employees. I already talked to the manager. So.
Well, currently, since we already have trainees that will be completing their training about 1 more week. So how many workers do you need?
I would say that I estimate around 150 to 100 workers. What do you think about that?
50 is enough, because we already have about 50 to 60 that will be completing the training soon.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Jan. And I would like to highlight one more thing. As I've already told you, right, that one of my workers actually he actually got electrocuted when he was plugging on something.
Yeah.
So what would you say on that?
Yeah, I have checked this problem, and the thing is, the site investigator, when he went to the site and checked the situation, they said like totally the constructor work totally wrong, because he let the cables without any protections. So that guy accidentally hit the cable and he get electric shock. And how's his health, by the way?
I'm still keeping track on his health. It's actually it's just a minor thing, but you would, as a safety
Yeah,
officer, I would want
because
this to prevent.
in fact, I'm having some trouble with the beam. There is some cracks in the beam, and Mr. Rahman already informed me about that. So I'm checking the beam also in the same time. So a lot of like.
Procedures you are
Yeah, a
taking,
lot
right?
of procedure, a lot of a problem is happening. I have to deal with it. So the crack, it's something like major problem because I want to check the crack. It is really dangerous. It's really critical to change the beam or.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as it's maintained, I would say that the workers will be on,
Yeah,
on
and for sure, it's our concern to keep our workers safe and good health.
May I interrupt?
Sure.
Yeah,
May I ask about the workers get electrocuted? Aren't he wearing any glove, the latex glove? Shouldn't he be wearing latex glove? And then shouldn't the the electric
No.
what do we call
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I got-
should be shut down
Yeah, I can see your
before
point
work
there.
on
I
that
got, I got your point, but let me clarify for you. The cable that was out actually and not protected, it was high voltage, high voltage, high voltage
Oh.
cables.
Like
And-
cable.
Yeah, and it was connected with the crane for the construction. So the worker who was installing the crane, they didn't do it well. So they were just trying to save time. But that's what happens when we try to save time in the wrong place.
I think
So
there's
we
a
have
lot
to.
that we need to do in the training.
Yeah, so I think in this problem we have to have some guy who's always in charge of the site just to check on the workers,
Yeah,
check on
so-
their.
Do you have enough safety officers?
Yeah, all I would say that, sorry, what's your question?
Do you have enough safety officers?
Enough
in
safety
your-
officers. Okay, the one that having green book, about 10 of them, but mostly they only did the what do you call that, non competency program where they don't really have the green book. So we should employ more green book safety officers as well.
Yeah, I think we should.
So it's so reckless, like day by day I'm hearing this kind of problems.
Yeah.
Not just from construction, but it's like everywhere, but need to be prevented.
Okay, so I will consider everything for my department, and I will enforce much more strict rules to the future trainee.
Okay.
And I think that's all for me. What about you guys?
For me, I'm checking for the electric shock for the worker, and it's really my concern to really figure out what's the major issue about it, and I'm trying to figure about we are already investigating about the beam cracks. So yeah, and I hope I will really finish it by this week.
Alright, sure. Yeah. And our project completion will be somewhere around. It's like very nearing.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Time.
So we need to just put more effort, and that's all for me today.
Alright. So from my side, basically, all I could say is that I would ensure that the workers will be actually wearing proper PPE, like gloves, from head to toe, everything will be covered, so that they can prevent all these accidents from
And
happening.
the two of us need to work together
Yeah,
for the future.
sure. We
Okay.
should, yeah, our department should combine and give them proper training, knowledge and stuff. So through this we can our manager Lukman can actually although he's not here, he can actually
We get some feedbacks on the,
Feedbacks,
and the works
and
and how
updates.
exactly. So yeah,
So
Okay,
that's
so
all from
later we inform him.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
thank you.